Make way for Dungar Resurrect Priest, a deck that will amaze you of how consistent it actually feels, even against Big Spell Mage. Essentially, the game plan of this deck is we're going to be using Dungar as a way to cheat out Aman'thul and Zilliax, which will then allow us to easily resurrect them off of Diamond Spellstone, that we can get additional copies through Fizzle, and even in theory go infinite with Synchronize. We also will have Cash Cow as another really good resurrection target, and one of the best minions that you can possibly slam down on turn 5. Essentially, this allows you to easily cheat out the Dungar for a lot less mana, especially in a aggro matchup, or even against Big Spell Mage. Now for the Mulligan guide, Cash Cow is the most important card to keep. This will allow you to play your late game cards earlier. Parrot Sanctuary is also worth mentioning, but only in a slower matchup. Draw power is more important, such as bird watching. Then finally, early game removal tools such as Holy Nova will be incredibly strong against those pesky aggro matchups. Now, let's get into some games. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Let's see what they have in store for us. We're not keeping Zilliax. Bird watching we can keep. I think that's actually probably the only card we want to keep in this matchup. Everything else is kind of not important as long as we draw into Cash Cow. Oh, Aman'thul. I mean, okay, Aman'thul is one of the better ones or minions to draw early. I don't want to, but it is one of the better ones to do it with. Okay, so it is Big Spell Mage. There has to be some other type of mage list out there that would be really fun to try out. Also, getting Cash Cow here is so good, especially with it buffed up with bird watching, just because of the fact, you know, it'll eat up more hits from their elementals. Less like bird watching, more like cow watching, am I right? All right, let's see what. Oh, Dungar is so good here. There's an angle that we could take with the other cards, but I think Dungar is just going to be better. Sure, we're not going to be getting the Aman'thul off of him, which is kind of unfortunate, but like getting him out of the list is pretty nice. We'll probably AoE here. Actually, yeah, we have to AoE. Never mind. I thought we still had we had the coin.
Limited time offer.
Cash Cow next turn. That triggers it 3 times. That should give us enough, I think. As long as I didn't want to draw into the second one, I won't lie. 1 is good. Two is a it lowers what we can get off of Dungar by quite a bit. Though to be fair, Zilliax could just be enough to like prevent them from winning the game, especially if that Zilliax lives, so we can slam down Aman'thul on top of it. Okay. I think this is enough mana. Yeah, let's go. Behold, or Zilliax. And Vol'jin. Vol'jin's along with for the ride, I guess. That's not going to be enough. Come on. Yes. Well, actually, maybe we don't want them to destroy it. Well, it is in the resurrection pool. I would have preferred to have that there, but it'll still be fine. We should be fine. It survives. Druid was one of those matchups where whenever I saw mind control tech, I was just like, it's Yogg at home. Why are you running it, man? Sorry, side tangent, but yeah, I've had some interesting experiences over the last games playing between the two versions of it. I'm actually really happy with this version though, like extremely happy. Please don't hit the Aman'thul. Please don't hit the Aman'thul. Oh, they're gonna have coin and deep freeze, aren't they? Why are they running deep freeze? Oh wait, I guess Wand Maker just has a high chance of giving them deep freeze. Never mind. I'm just kind of dumb. Now Freya could be funny, but I think I kind of just want to make sure we can go infinite here. And by infinite, we probably won't actually need it. Usually, just once is enough, or twice, right? Most people rage after they see like the combo drop twice. If they see the loop, they're just like, oh, we're not dealing with that. Come on, 14 HP. Neophyte, and not gonna stop our combo. Behold. Oh, we actually got really lucky. I mean, that could have also been Zilliax. Zilliax would have worked. Oh, King Plush. Hey, buddy. All right, let's get these offline. I'm trying to make sure we're below 4 because I haven't ran into a mage that is running the card, but, you know, I'm not taking risks right now. I think I think we might have this game because we could actually reset our combo with Plush. That would actually kind of be funny. Let's see what we randomly can get. This might be a mistake, and it does look like it's a mistake. King Tide is funny. Actually, you know what? Hagatha also is kind of funny. Oh, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Leandrin does give us another synchronized, technically speaking. There was no way we had lethal there, right? We would have been like 2 off. Yeah. We would have been, okay, we did that fine. Skyla's a little bit too late there. Come on. Perfect. Ooh. Yeah, a heal. Okay. Did we manage to do it? Did we out BS the BS mage? Come on. Let's just go face. Come on. Oh no, we're 1 off. It's time to crush them with a plushie. Okay. Time for a game against Shaman. There's a few Shaman lists floating around right now. I can't believe they buffed up Turbulence. And that was the only buff that they did in the patch. To be fair, I'm trying to think of like other cards that you could maybe buff up, and I can't honestly think of. I mean, I can think of some, but like you could make Dungar maybe an 8 cost card instead of a 9 cost card. Cash Cow, ironically enough, I think is just actually perfect. Actually, maybe Cash Cow, lower it down to a 4, like 2/6, maybe. I don't know. But I think at the mana cost it is right now, it's actually pretty good. I will say this, the nice thing about this version of the list is the fact that you don't feel too bad on drawing into your resurrection targets as you did in the Leroy Jenkins version of the list that I was playing. Speaking of like one of our combo pieces that I would prefer to be in the deck, but technically it's not that bad. Yeah, that version, like drawing into Hedis and drawing into Leroy just felt bad. Turns out cutting those is great. Dorian was also in the list. Cut him out. Honestly, helped the consistency. No longer had to like, oh, I hope we don't hit that. And he just felt like a dead card 90. Also allowed us to run more draw power, more removal tools by cutting him out of the list. Sorry, just weird random. What are we facing? Also, I need to remember that card exists. I feel like I always forget that card exists. Also, speaking of Demon Hunter cards that I always forget that exist, that I always want to make a deck centered around, I am still amazed we haven't ever seen a Metamorphosis Demon Hunter list be a thing. Given how like prevalent Metamorphosis is in a Warcraft Demon Hunter, like that's their whole thing is meta, and we don't have a deck centered around it. It boggles my mind. Oh, oh dear. That is a good resurrection target. I know that sounds weird, but like it's one of the better ones that we can actually get. The only better thing would be Alkir, and then we could use him with Aman'thul, and then you essentially get 4 attacks instead of 1 attack, and then that's what? 6 plus 10, 16 damage. Okay, I mean, you can destroy that. I don't care too much. Yeah, that... Well, rip Aman'thul, I guess. Is there a way you want to upgrade? I think we're going to be greedy this game. I think we can get away with being greedy. I say that, but I don't know for sure. Okay, that's Frosty Decor. Creation Protocol. What? Do we have any minions left in deck? Cash Cow, I guess. We don't really... Yeah, I was like, we don't really need the Forge. Yes, feed into me. Feed me. I love how, like, the Cash Cow, it's just perfect synergy with this deck. Because all the coins activate the spell stone, which is the main problem with the deck. Has always been the main problem. You don't have ways to easily make the spell stone a max spell stone. And now you kind of do. I also would have preferred that for later, but let's just bounce everything back and go face. And I kind of want to coin into... nah, we'll just play it safe. Oh, that sucks. Of course, they top decked the frog. It's like nothing ever changed. Oh, synchronize. Wait a second. Hold. One coin transforms this. Just absolutely perfection here. Might as well grab this for later. Probably won't come up, but you never know. And behold! Actually, just great. Just absolutely great. Oh, let's go. These plushes are getting big. It didn't really matter what we grabbed there. We also know they've played duplicates, so I'm not worried about a Reno. Reno actually is the one counter of this deck. I will say that. But if you get the resurrections out before Reno, then you're A-okay. Which is actually more common than you would think. I think this is just GG, my friend. Also, this is just perfect. Because this showcases exactly what I wanted to showcase. Where we... What? What are the chances? What I was going to say is... It showcases us winning without having the exact perfect setup, right? Let's just pop these two. Doesn't really matter what we choose. We win anyways. I was just BMing them. GG. Cash Cow is always good. I'm trying to think of a single matchup where I would not want to keep Cash Cow. I guess anything where our opponent might be spamming out a bunch of, like, minions. That might be a little bit problematic to keep something that big. But, like, even in those matchups, the 3/7 body makes it really difficult for them to remove. And then, like, in theory, we can make it a 5/8, making it even more annoying to remove. I guess Demon Hunter would be the one matchup where you wouldn't, because they might have, like, the taunt negation. But, like, it's pretty good. We have enough AoE in the list also to do other things too. Oh, Spellstone. Don't mind if I do. Alright, slam this down. Discount. Doesn't matter if that is a dead draw right away, but, like, eventually we'll draw into Dungar, and when we draw into him, he will be discounted. And that's all that matters. Okay, it isn't all that matters, but it's the majority of the things that matter in this deck. Cheating him out as quickly as possible is the most important thing. Yes, please keep giving me fuel for the fire. Come on. You know, let's see what we... Oh, bird watching is pretty cool. Discount a little bit more. Then we can use Love Everlasting. The reason why we're using Love Everlasting here is it'll discount bird watching to 0. Bird watching then, as long as we don't draw into Dungar, will allow it. We should be able to put out Dungar next turn because we have a 2 mana discount on him and we'll have 7 mana. I think is the math. I'm just hoping... Wait. is a chance that they do have Reska because they did use a removal. Yeah, let's go Dungar. This is the perfect setup for this deck. We get it early enough where, behold, our combo. Enjoy the Zilliax brothers. This is actually perfection. I'm really curious. So there are two games that I kind of want to go put first. This is one of them. The other is a Mage game because everyone hates Mage and people will enjoy seeing Mage lose. But this shows off the perfect combo. We'll see. I haven't got a third game yet. I've had a lot of like kind of alright games. I also thought about including the other variants of the list where we're using Leroy instead and then like talk about that variant. I might leave that one still down below as like a bonus. Maybe I'll leave it as a comment or something. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, yes. So they did have Reska. Please hit one of these two. Oh, thank you. I actually would have preferred it to hit Dungar there because then that would have been out of the pool, but it is what it is. You know what would be the perfect top deck? Synchronize. Synchronize would give us our Fizzle back. Actually, you know what? Them stealing... Let's go, I guess. Them stealing the Fizzle for the combo, or from us, is actually really good. Because it removes something that we don't want in the pool. What are we getting here? Insidious is... maybe I wanted to... Maybe there was a different play that we could have done there where the Insidious, we could have just used that as a win condition instead. And then infinitely revived that. I know there is like a Insidious Priest list that's floating around, but I don't know. I wanted to do that, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. We're getting closer and closer, though, to every class covered since the mini set. We're going to double up maybe one more time before we get to everything, because Demon Hunter, I'm really struggling with like what I want to do with the deck for the class. We're going to trade like that just because it gives us enough space for our buddies to be able... well, I mean, it would have been cool if we had gotten the Aman'thul back, but I guess the Insidious is fine too. Oh, healthcare. Don't mind if I do. Oh, that could be bad. What? Oh, huh. Well, that's interesting. That actually probably is the correct play, thinking about it, because we already have Zilliax in the rotate. Oh, rip in peace. But like we already have Zilliax in rotation, right? So that's not like that big of a deal. Of like if they stole it, it wouldn't have done anything. I'm trying to actually think of... Yeah, that technically makes sense. That's technically a sound judgment. And in theory, it could have wiped out more minions on board. Oh, perfect. Frazzle Dazzler and get hit by the ham. Ham's going ham. It is a shame that I did end up scrapping that other version of the list, though. Because I did have a few, like, really good warrior games. But oh well, I guess they won't ever see the light of day. But I think we got this one in the bags. I can't believe we actually managed to do the combo this quickly. Honestly speaking, I will say this. Actually, I'll save that for a different game. I'll talk about that in maybe the next one. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, with this version of the list, I played 20 games, and with the previous version, I played 15. The previous version was using Leroy as our main win condition and Hedis. However, the OTK route just felt way less consistent than doing something like this, where it turns out overwhelming your opponent with a bunch of untargetable bunguses of Zilliax is still incredibly strong, even if this is in Priest instead of Warrior. Overall, this deck amazed me of how consistent it felt against Mage, especially in this last variant, with the addition of Cash Cow and cutting out Dorian. This allowed me to basically steal a lot of games really easily since we got the Dungar out on like turn 6, out BSing the BS Mage. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to try out for this new season, this is a perfect one for you all to try out, as it is a lot of fun and is a deck that I think is quite unexplored in the general Hearthstone public. But like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.